Hello there guys, this is Lone Wolf Forevermore with another review, only this time this is for Godzilla for PS4. Now I always enjoyed Godzilla games over the time and it's fairly simple. It's usually for, let's see, monsters battling it out here and there. I always thought that this intro was really cool. The way that they do these monsters are like in this game was very detailed, and it goes through the they try to grab all of the kinds of designs that were made throughout the Godzilla series, all the movies, all the different types of versions he's in. I thought they actually did a really good job in detail when it came to creating these monsters. I really enjoy the different kinds of Godzillas though. And of course they're bringing that new version, which is the latest one, of course. Just absolutely amazing. But I'm going to give you just basically, guys, a quick review. This is a quick review on the Godzilla game. I really enjoy the detail of the monsters. They actually put in every single monster and Godzilla version there is, in this game. Monsters battling it out, and that's such. Only this time, as I've noticed in these modes, that, that you go ahead and play as a specific monsters with what you already have, and you basically have to earn points to unlock different monsters and different sites. Now, I haven't played this in a while, but I felt like I needed to do a review. So if I suck, forgive me. Now I'm gonna start with the kaiju guide, I guess. It's like, as you can see, it does all the different, guides. Let me see what happens if I click on one. Okay. And of course, it goes through basically the whole series, even at the beginning, and of course, yes, he is a kaiju, as the Japanese called it. And you'll see a bunch of these. I don't think I've seen the giant shrimp yet, but I really like how they put all the history in here. So if you're a big Godzilla fan and if you want to see like the little details here and there on each of these monsters, you have the opportunity to. This is one of my favorites, and honestly, Space Godzilla. Well, just not only because he looks cool, is because I like to use him the most when it comes to battling. And like, it's actually a real challenge. I mean, like, if you were able to do well in the past Godzilla fighting games, this one really provides a challenge. Now, that's basically what I got here on the guide here. Now, let's go ahead and see, let's experience like a bit of gameplay. This is kind of more of like a bit of a storyline and sort of not, the God of Destruction mode. And the King of Kaiju mode is like, as it says right here, fight against after a wave of kaiju. I'm gonna go with that, so that way I have the freedom to pick whomever I want. Look, and like I can actually get these monsters here. My rank right now is 27, but though it's not really the best right now, but let's see, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Ghidorah, Mecha Godzilla 2, Mecha King Ghidorah, and there's Gigan. Gigan was the kind of character you actually play as. I've noticed that. Because, you gotta mess around with any of these monsters that you get over time, you need to mess with it a bit in order to know what you're good at and what you're not. Darn it, I mean, I thought I had, like, Space Godzilla somewhere. Let me check something here. Let's see, evolution mode. Okay. this is evolution mode. Basically, this is what you could use to buy your characters here and there, right? Like, okay, look, here's Space Godzilla right here. I can unlock it right now. There you go. I thought for sure I had Space Godzilla already in there. Guess not. And like, this enables you to upgrade any of your monsters. You know, I assume this is for online gameplay. And of course, you know, they have to be available, you know, these monsters, in order for you to be able to unlock them. See the question marks here? Basically, I haven't gotten that deep into the game in order for it to be unlocked so I can purchase it, you know? But I have Gigan, I have the old Godzilla of 1964, Super Mecha Godzilla, Batra, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mecha Godzilla 2, Mecha Godzilla 1, Ghidorah, you know, so on and so forth. You've already seen it. Alright, now, let's get back to the gameplay of King of Kaiju mode. Alright, I want to be Space Godzilla on this one. Now, with each battle, you earn a specific amount of points, and this will allow you to evolutionize. This is stage 1. Now, it's pretty basic, you know, like, I'm gonna see if I can find a number. Like, you know. Ugh, damn it, I suck. I'm trying to figure out how to place the controls again. Oh, I'm see if I'm getting my... Oh. Of course, because I'm Space Godzilla, I can use a shield. Oh. Okay. I'm using my shield. Like, sometimes what's said, like, you have to defeat, you know, like, sometimes the monster very quickly, because sometimes the humans like to intervene in battles. Like, you know, you get people in tanks, you know, you get people, you know, coming in with different, you know, like, either robots or something, you know. I have to wait, as you could see on my bar on the lower left corner, for me to be able to use fire again. My health bar, I never quite understood the health bar though. That's the thing. That's what makes it a little bit hard. You only know basically by the color of the screen and like the color of the vision, which is basically it turns red when you know that you are, you know, basically losing, you're about to die, basically. This is actually the first time I've actually played, what's it? Played the King of Kaijus. Ah man, look at the bad angle of it. But yay, I won! You know, stage 1. That won't last forever. That was just luck. Alright, and here's another one. This is stage 2. Like I said, pretty basic, right? You know, pretty basic gameplay, you know. You go ahead and fight the monsters. Okay, I'm gonna jump, trying to figure out what to do. I don't know what I'm doing! Okay, I'm gonna use my tail. I use my shield. The bad thing about this, though, with Space Godzilla is that I noticed that, you know, if you use your meter on the lower corner, on the, you know, right there, you know, that means you basically use what you need for. Let's see. I know there was a way to. Let's see. See. Of course, you know, basic controls to move around your monster, you know, you have the arrows that could alternate, you know, like this. And of course, as Kaiju, you know, they're huge. I have no idea. I think this is a glitch here. Okay. Now I have no idea. But see, as you can see, it's kind of hard to turn my character around. I'm trying my best to. It's been a long while since I've actually played this game. I actually did enjoy the game. So, like I said, I might get my ass handed to me. Gonna laser you. Let's see, there was a way to... there was a way to roar as well, but I can't remember the basics. But... damn it, I'm trying to see if I can get out of here. I think the only way to get out of here is if I lose or something. But, I mean, there's not really too much to say. I mean, if you want, like, the actual, you know, like, the good introductions, you know, on how, you know, they introduce the creatures, you know, and all the kaiju and such, you know, you'd have to go on a different mode for that. Die again! Let's see. I'll actually die on this one, just to show you, like, what it actually does. You know, like, as you could see, you saw on the screen that, like, see it turns orange, and, you know that my character is about to take the fall here. I'm trying to figure out still on how, you know, like, because there was a way to charge, but I'm not too sure. Oh, there you go. I think I figured out how to turn my character around. Okay, this guy is like finishing me off, so I'll just go ahead and finish him off. He's making it way too damn easy for me. I don't think I placed the mode in easy. I never do. At the very least, I put it on normal, unless, you know, like, I guess you could say if it was like Infamous, that's a whole entire game, different game entirely, but, you know. Let's see. Damn it. See? There we go. I think that's how the roar goes. I was trying to do, like, which I think is pretty cool. Like I said, let's see if I make it through this, because I'm not too sure. I mean, I should be able to compare to that thing, but, you know, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, the only thing, like, is if, you know, it's more accurate to the kaiju being, you know, extremely large, you know, it's slow, it's, you know, it's, like, see, he almost had me there, but, like, no, I win. I'll tell you one thing, though, it's only gonna be a matter of time before, like, one of these monsters kicks my butt, you know? See, he tried to do a cheese move on me. But yeah, like, I like the accuracy for, you know, being large creatures, you know, it's more slower than it seems, and as well as, it's not as easy to control as you think. You know, you think, oh, you know, I press a couple of buttons here and there, you know, and I can get him to fight pretty darn good. No. And as you could see, just because my character looks like pretty awesome, you know, for those who are like brand new to Godzilla, just because they've probably seen the movie only, like the current movie or something, you know, you think that's all it, you know, really has to do. But most of the, the Godzilla games have always tried to make it more of a challenge than just a simple fighting game between monsters. I hate it when he does that. But yeah. I mean, I think that this game, they did a very good job in detail and its realism when it comes to monsters. You get bonus points, you know, it's pretty, you know, challenging to control some of these creatures. You know, and I love the graphics in detail. Well, other than that, there's really not much more to say about this game. That's actually the best part about it. It's as simple as it gets. That's what my opinion is. But other than that, you know, I hope you guys, you know, like, if you guys have played any of the past Godzilla games, you know, go for it. But if you're, like, really, like, brand new to it, I'd say that you might actually enjoy it. But you know, but if you take a look at the gameplay and you think it's kind of boring, then, you know, well, I'm not saying don't waste your money, you know. I'm not going ahead and advertising for any of these games that I review. You don't have to buy them. I'm not saying that they're better than other games. No. This is basically my opinion about what I think the games are. Obviously, most of the games that I'm going to review are going to be basic. You know, basically, I'm going to enjoy it because I don't buy games that I don't think that I'm interested in playing. So I hope you guys, you know, had a good look at what the Godzilla game is, and if you guys want to play it, you know, be my guest. You know, feel free to play it. You know, it is a challenge. Be patient, you know, and I mean, it gets kind of a little bit tiresome because sometimes the monsters repeat every now and again. But at the same time, you know, you shouldn't mind that because you will get points for it. So that way you can earn more characters, upgrade your current ones, and fight people online. I haven't tried the online gameplay. I never was interested in that. But, you know, if you're into that, you know, that's basically what you gotta do in order to get yourselves ready for online gamers. You know, because, you know, upgrades or whatever there is, you know, that they have attached to their monsters. I don't have that many upgrades on my monsters right now, but, you know, yeah, it's enough for me to enjoy the game for now, you know. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and, you know, and as for me, I'm gonna go ahead and continue fiddling around with it. And I'm gonna leave you with this temptation of what will happen. So, good night, people.